What is going on, everybody? It is 10:42 Central Time in the Central Standard Time Zone. I didn't know where I was going with that, but the Wolves lose 124-96 in Game 2 of the first round of the NBA playoffs. We have Charlie Leaf here. We have Jackson Borst here. We have mixed emotions. I feel like I am on one side of the train. These two are on the other. We're going to get to a lot of this stuff. First off, I want to hear your guys' first initial reactions right now to what happened at the FedEx Forum tonight.
Just not a good performance by anyone. I mean, you can talk about the officials. I don't know. This was kind of bound to happen. I'm deflated by that game. I mean, that was very uninspiring. Disappointed for sure. I don't understand why Vanderbilt doesn't play more when we need rebounding. Time after time after time. It's like, oh, yep, they missed the three, but here comes the offensive rebound. Put back points. So I thought that was the biggest thing, but I don't know. I'm just kind of disappointed with the effort.
Chuck?
There's a lot to unpack here. But overall, you can't – first of all, the Grizzlies played fantastic. You put any team, Phoenix Suns even, against how Memphis played tonight, no matter what, Memphis is going to give them a hard time. So props to Memphis. They definitely played great basketball. But for the Timberwolves, the energy wasn't there. Ant's aggressiveness wasn't there. I don't feel like...
Not in the first.
What's that?
Not in the first.
Yeah, he was fantastic in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he only ended with 20.
Well, yeah, I mean, he didn't play the fourth. But I mean,
he didn't have an overall good game. I mean, he was losing balls. He was fumbling balls.
No one had an overall good game.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
And so if you're going to have a game like this, I would prefer to have it on the road because you can't afford to.
Of course.
We need to probably win both home games, I think, if we want to win this series. I don't think we can go back to Memphis 2-2. And then lose that game and be down 3-2 and have to win 2 in a row. I just don't see that having to happen. This game would have been massive, but it's not the end of the world. But it's actually, in my opinion, okay, because prior to the series, we all agreed if we go 1-1, that's a good thing. It is a good thing.
Well, Tuck, I have a question for you. Do you think that Memphis kind of has our game plan figured out?
No.
It's possible. This validates that claim?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we've played them 4 times this year. Do you think they just two at a time? And then we were 3-3 against them this year. Did it take all the way until this game to figure us out?
Next game is Game 7.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I agree. I mean, yeah. Well,
it felt like hold on. It felt like tonight was Game 7 for the Grizzlies. The next game is Game 7 for the Wolves.
Well, it's just going to be back and forth. I mean, I wouldn't even...
Actually, no. No, it's not. Because if the Wolves split the home games 1-1 and it's 2-2, that 5th game in Memphis is Game 7.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Like every game...
Whoever wins that game wins the series.
Yeah. If we could possibly win both up 3-1, that would be ginormous.
I just don't see it. Look, Memphis was really, really good tonight. This is who the Memphis Grizzlies are, which was tonight.
I think we got a false impression of them in Game 1. They did not look like themselves. There is just such a difference when Anthony Edwards is doing what he did in the third quarter, but for the entire game.
And listen, why didn't anyone tell him in the first quarter, be the same exact person you have in the last 2 games? What happened?
I mean, he was not there. He wasn't. He had some shots. He had open shots and he was missing. And he wasn't doing the whole ISO thing.
He wasn't attacking.
Yeah, I agree. There was a couple where he did attack and fumbled the ball.
which the Timberwolves like to do. They like to just shoot themselves out of deficits, which usually has the opposite effect.
You were talking about D'Angelo Russell and whether this team can win in the playoffs with him as your point guard. Can you expand on that?
Look, some of the shot
No, Chuck, you're
selection.
here.
Okay, good. I'm just double checking.
The shot selection sometimes is just atrocious. Like really, really bad. And I don't know, he's just so inconsistent and it's tiresome.
I think D'Lo starts to get into those type of shots when the team is down. He tries to play hero ball. When other guys are making shots, he can be really solid because he can move the ball really well. And he actually isn't that aggressive when Ant's on or when Cat's super on. Can I look at this? I totally agree with you, Borsty and Jared Vanderbilt. He played 9 minutes. Why?
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't understand. Is it because Finch thought he brought nothing to the offensive end? Because sure, the offense wasn't clicking tonight, but it's not like Ant was getting one-on-one. It's not like Vando is switching that up. His defensive rebounding can be so helpful.
He's our best defensive rebounder, and he's not out there against the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA.
It's like Jalen Noel. Well, I don't know why he's brought that. I just looked at him 0 for 5 from 3.
I was looking at him at the same
garbage time.
Jaden McDaniels was absurdly bad. I mean, he had like 4 air balls. One of them really missed the rim by 4 feet.
And he would, instead of passing it to Ant for an extra pass, he would shoot.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Jaden tonight. Xavier Tillman made a huge difference for them. Steven Adams played 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We sort of predicted that, and it was not surprising. He got 2 fouls in 3 minutes and got the hook. Xavier Tillman came in and got 4 offensive rebounds in the game. Massive for them. Jaren Jackson made 4 threes. You can't that is just such a bonus for them.
Yeah. He was really good tonight.
I don't know if you guys remember in like the first quarter. Maybe it was the second quarter actually, but they were starting to build a bit of a lead on a bit of a run, and Taurean Prince just comes down the court. And he takes like a fadeaway like Kobe shot. And then they end up getting a 3 on the other end. Yeah, I think they went up by like 10 after that, and then we called a timeout. But we were like, what the hell is he doing? Like, does he think he's Kobe? Like, okay, but then he kind of cooked for the rest of the second quarter. But I thought it was funny. But I don't know. It's this tonight we definitely took shots we usually don't take.
Well, the Wolves do take a lot of bad shots every game. That's
really
sort of their MO.
We just took more bad shots than usual. Okay, Tuck, here's what I want to ask you about. Did you notice the Grizzlies playing? Did you notice their defensive scheme tonight?
They just felt more aggressive, into the ball.
Did they double the ball handler almost every time?
No.
Unless it was at like in the corner, especially.
I wouldn't say so, but it felt like they packed the paint. I mean, the Wolves got plenty of open threes, in my opinion. They didn't knock down timely threes. Hold on, let me look at this. What was Beasley doing?
I think
he shot 2 threes. That's not him. What's he doing out here? We need Malik to shoot 8 of them.
Yeah.
What did we shoot?
The bench wasn't good.
Percentage tonight.
I don't know, but it was awful. I mean, this was the first time all year on the road I think the team didn't score 100 points.
Also, not a Pat Bev game.
No, it wasn't. Pat Bev.
Ooh, Suns are down.
He wasn't. Oh God, I'm sort of.
Can I touch on Towns for a second?
Yeah,
please.
At some point, it's just like maybe he's just an undisciplined player.
Yeah, I mean, what the fridge was he doing? Kicking his foot out. Like, what are you doing? What goes through your brain?
But it's like, I hate to bring up the play-in tournament again, but like all of his fouls in that were fouls, and the ones tonight also were. So it's like, and then he complains. It's like,
you were complaining about Zach Zarba over text. Can you explain to me why?
Too many whistles.
Yeah. I honestly don't care.
It was
if there's-
ridiculous, and you know it.
I don't care if there's too many whistles as long as it's consistent on both sides. In the beginning of the game, it was fairly consistent. As the game went on, I felt like, I don't know. I don't complain about the refs much tonight. The Wolves offense was just awful.
And I said that Nas would have a better game, and he did. But there was a play, honestly, I kind of think it swung the game. There was a play in the second quarter when McLaughlin and Nas were out there, and we got a turnover. It was like a one or two possession game.
He lost the ball. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he passed it to Nas. It's like, what are you doing? And Ant was wide open in the corner for a 3 on the other end.
Yeah, we were indecisive on offense.
The flow.
Not
Chris
insane,
Finch likes
no
to
flow.
call his favorite term in post-game press conferences when talking about offense is flow. There was no flow.
No
the ball
flow,
was not moving.
negative flow.
The bodies weren't moving. Anthony Edwards, he was
a bit
probably the
stalemate.
best Wolves player, even though
I mean,
that doesn't have much. That doesn't
says
say
a
much.
lot because
No,
he
but
was.
they said it on the broadcast. Chris Finch said to Anthony Edwards, pull the trigger in the third quarter.
Yeah,
Why can't you do that at the start of the game? I'm telling you.
I didn't feel like he wasn't aggressive, to be honest. I really didn't. I don't think it was Ant's fault at the beginning. I actually thought Cat was really aggressive, and I liked it.
No, yeah, I know, but like the first 10, not 10, the first 7 minutes of the game, Ant was not doing much. Like he was not driving, and he wasn't taking shots. He was kicking it out. He would catch it in the corner, then he would do the extra pass.
There's just little things when you watch Anthony Edwards that tell you whether he is on or not, and actually a lot of it is on defense. His off-ball defense, you can just tell when he's locked in or not. When he's flowing on the offensive end, it actually turns to the defense, and his defense gets a lot better. He let a couple of bad backdoor passes go. He was not staying on his defender when he wasn't on the ball. And then, offensively, he stood in the corner a little bit too much for my liking. But I'm not going to blame Ant too much for this loss.
I'm not either.
The Grizzlies are just good, and we have to realize that. And we can't. It's like we weren't going to sweep them.
No.
So,
but it's not about that. It's about the really, really bad performance that happened tonight.
Yeah, it's not about sweeping them. It's about the fact that this game was over after.
I get it, but I don't. I'm not extremely worried.
Put up a fight.
If we
I agree. Put up a fight.
No, hold on.
Dude, now their confidence is so high now.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
but I'm
the
just
problem. You
if
can't
if
just say we lost. It was more than that.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. Guess if we go on Thursday and win that game, we will forget about this game in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. We're worried how this will go into effect Thursday's game.
Yes, exactly.
In terms of confidence for the Grizzlies,
it's
and lack
so
of
different at home.
Momentum.
The players will probably forget about when they step on the court for the tip at Target Center.
Nice. Yeah.
They're gonna forget about what happened tonight. They just are. And the Grizzlies will probably forget about it too, to be honest. It's 1-1. As Chris Finch said in this Dane Moore tweet, it's 1-1 game on. I love that from Finchy. It's 1-1. I'd rather have this. I'm going to be completely honest. I'd rather have this happen than
lose by
a buzzer beater. That would make me cry, probably. I mean, seriously. I wouldn't be on here right now.
It's just, tonight was so uninspiring.
It was, but that's what young teams do sometimes. You have to remember this team is the 7th seed. They're the 7th seed for a reason. They have a bunch of young players. They're basically led by a 20-year-old and Karl Anthony Towns, who can be immature a lot of the time. I'm not saying the Grizzlies are mature by any means, but they just play more as a team. They're a 2 seed for a reason. They had the 2nd best record in the NBA. They're very good, and we split the first 2 on the road. Now we're going home at Target Center. It's going to be electric, and we can easily win these 2 games at home. The Wolves match up fantastic against Memphis. They just didn't play good tonight. The energy wasn't there, and sometimes that happens.
Yeah, Tuck, you know what's weird is that this game happened, but how did we beat the Grizzlies by 45 earlier in the season?
That's basketball.
It is. I'm kind of agreeing with you, because I've seen this happen to like every team in the
The
NBA.
Wolves could go out and win by 20 on Thursday.
Exactly. Like I've seen teams win by 30, next day they lose by 30. Like
Yeah. It's just like a domino effect. One bad thing, Cat kicks his leg out, and then like Nas comes out. Jaren Jackson hits a 3. He gets confidence. Then somebody goes and turns the ball over, and then D'Anthony Melton hits his first 3 of the series. Then he gets confidence, and everything starts tumbling. That's just how basketball works.
Am I the only one who can't stand Ja?
He has a lot of confidence, but
he is so unlikable.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Anthony Edwards,
and he gets every single call.
He gets a lot of calls. There were some calls he didn't get tonight. I did notice that after the first quarter.
He gets so many.
Tonight he wasn't as aggressive going to the rim. He had more kickouts, and I was worried about that. And the Grizzlies did make more threes. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the Grizzlies stats here. Jaren Jackson, 4 of 7 from 3. John Morant, 2 for 4.
But what about Dylan Brooks, 0 for 5?
Yeah.
That's big.
Or Dylan Brooks, but
not that it mattered, but
not really.
Yeah, they didn't even cook from 3, really.
Well, they basically had the same stats from 3 as the Wolves did.
Well, they just made timely shots.
What was their field goal percentage?
Who had more free throws?
I can pull it up.
I got you. Real quick here. All right, so the 5 factors. The Grizzlies' field goal percentage is 47.8. Wolves was 39. 3-point percentage, the Wolves shot 28%, 11 of 38. The Grizzlies were 11 of 34. Free throws, basically the same. Both teams made 25. Rebounding, they out-rebounded us by 8. Offensive rebounds, they out-rebounded us by 10. That was the game.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, that's 10. And I don't know how many second chance points they had, but it was probably a big number. And those are just deflating as hell.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Got work to do.
We got work to do. But guess what?
At least it's not a 3-day wait this time.
I know. I was thinking that in the fourth quarter. I'm like, God damn it. I don't want to listen to Stephen A. Smith talk. I don't even think I can watch YouTube the next couple of days.
It's only 2 days, though.
I know. Tomorrow night, and then the next day, we have a game. We have a game on Thursday.
We got an off day tomorrow.
Oh, God. Please win. God, the more we play in this series, the more I hate Memphis.
I know.
So
cocky.
They are so cocky. I'd love to shut him up.
Same.
Man.
Keep tweeting.
But he posted that Michael Jordan video, and he was right, I guess. I mean, they're 1-1.
He's not him.
Any last comments? I'm running out of gas because I don't know. Any last?
My last comments is, when did Cat stop shooting threes?
I told you. Well, the last couple of months, his 3-point volume has just gone way down.
But why?
He is so much more into driving now. I think
he does get fouled more, but
defenses
also,
are way more up on him.
Why isn't he getting as many open looks from 3?
I think defenses are just pressed up way more on him, and so then he feels like he can pump fake and drive past him.
Which, I mean, he
really
can.
Efficient. Yeah, he can.
He did get to the free throw line tonight, which I liked that, but he also didn't shoot the ball enough.
Yeah. Oh, my brother just said breaking news. So, Devin Booker out with a hamstring injury.
Interesting.
What happened? Devin Booker out? Is it bad?
Is it bad?
Live breaking news. Okay, well, he's out for the game. What's the score in this Pels game, real quick?
The Suns are down.
92-88, 11 minutes left. Whew! We got to get out of here, folks. We got to watch this shit.
But take the Suns in that money line, because the Suns, they're pretty good in the fourth quarter. That's what good teams do.
All right, Chuck, I want to hear one positive thing out of your mouth about the Timberwolves right now.
They're not down in the series.
I like it. Borsty?
I still think Anthony Edwards is going to be the best player in the league someday.
Amen.
As we get the music popping here, this is called Feeding the Ducks.
Who's the NBA MVP in 2024?
don't know, probably Anthony Edwards if he stays healthy. They might even win the finals that year.
I know.
I mean, this team has a lot of promise in the future.
But
JJ Redick on his podcast said he thinks the Wolves are contenders in the next couple of years after he answered my question, by the way.
Do you think we'll snag some more free agents after this season?
well,
Or like
what,
maybe one even?
what do we need to update though? Like, what do we need to
Update.
improve?
Center?
I don't know. Well, our power forward position is. I don't know if Jared Vanderbilt can be a power forward on a.
What
NBA
position is
finals
McDaniels? Is he a small forward?
He's better as a small forward,
Okay.
but he sort of play. Yeah, I mean that's why he comes off the bench because I don't think he can be a starting power forward with Beverly, Russell, and Edwards
I think
because then
I
he'd be
think
the
if we-
four.
I mean, if we update the Russell thing, that would maybe be something, but I don't know. I don't know what options are out there.
I don't know. D'Lo, I don't mind D'Lo. I really don't. He can be
Yeah.
a steady captain of this team. He can just when the team is just all struggling, he just looks mightily bad because he goes down and hucks up shots.
But what about when we're also winning?
Then he can be good because he's dealing. He'll get more open shots because he's not the focus of the offense. It's Cat and Anthony Edwards.
Also, I want to ask both of you this. What do you guys see happening with the Cat Edwards situation?
As in terms of like who is going to be the leader, who's going to be the 1A?
Well, I mean, like, who do you think the organization is going to prioritize?
I think they can have both of them.
Both.
Who says they can't?
It's a duo.
No, I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
Well, if they both end up when Ant is due for a big contract because he's going to get one, obviously, and Cat after he makes All NBA and he gets a super max, I don't know what happens to D'Lo then, but I don't know. Maybe Mark, Laurie, and A-Rod are willing to pay the luxury tax.
Oh, they are. But also,
Something Glenn never did. Hey, by the way, real quick, Glenn Taylor was sitting on the sidelines. His
I saw
legs
him.
were crossed, and he did have the piece of paper in
he
his
did
hand.
not have the sheet of paper.
No, he did.
Oh,
You don't
did
think
see
I
that.
noticed
I
that?
saw,
That was the first thing I noticed when I watched the game. Him
I
and
saw
Becky.
Becky as well.
Shout out to Becky.
Laurie wasn't in the house. That's why they lost.
Neither was A-Rod.
And A-Rod. All right. This is running off the rails here.
Well, I want to stay on this topic for a minute. I mean, do you think next year Ant? I mean, the problem with Ant is like, why can't he just like play like he did last game, every single game of the season?
Well, what I don't understand is why he doesn't start off games super aggressive. You know what I mean? Because there's times where he is sort of waiting and then he'll get going in the third quarter or something, or even the fourth quarter sometimes. But there's no reason he can't do what he did in the first game, every game. Not in terms of making shots, because you can't expect him to freaking go off for
I just
20
think
in the first half every
defensive
game.
was
but-
better. That's why they couldn't, because they were doubling him in the beginning. That's why
Yeah.
he couldn't really cook.
Yeah.
I
But-
think they were double teaming a lot more, and I don't think that we were able to get past that. I think that their defense slowed us down, and we just didn't figure it out. So
Yeah.
watch the film and bring it on Thursday. But did you notice that they were double teaming a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like they were sort of switching up the double teams. I didn't think they were doubling the same player
Also-
every time.
Right.
One more thing, I was having a conversation with my uncle today, and it kind of just like dawned on us, like, Gerson Rosas was kind of like a sick GM. Like,
Oh, he was phenomenal. Yeah, that's not weird to
Like-
say.
it kind of feels like a missed opportunity now.
What, that we had to get rid of him?
Yeah.
I think Gupta's done a good job for the little he's done. I don't mind Gupta,
But dude,
the 5'2"
guy-
ninja.
Dude, the eye for talent that Rosas had, though, like,
Yeah. I also felt like he would have made a stupid trade at this trade deadline. He couldn't help himself. He loved trades. He would do anything for a trade. He just loved it.
that's true.
And I
But-
liked Gupta staying put.
But do we
That's
still
it.
have some of the scouts on staff that found Ant and Nas Reed
yeah.
and McDaniels?
Yeah, we do.
You're sure?
I think our head scout is still here. I think his name's Gianluca Pasucci or something.
And Gupta was here for that.
Gupta was here. Yeah.
So, like, he had a say.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. That's enough. I don't think we're going to do a podcast tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's a day off. We'll probably be back pregame on Thursday to preview the Wolves and the Grizzlies.
Yeah. Thursday midday, we'll do something.
All right. You can tell me what we'll do. But we appreciate everybody listening. Go follow Bold North Sports on Twitter. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Everybody have a
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Everybody. Yeah. Goodbye.